Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Ed Sabona, Director of Engineering here at York, and I'm going to be demonstrating some of our fiber optic tools, as well as introduce you to a new tool we just came out with that can really help save time during the fusion splicing process. With me today, I have Randy, Carmen, and Mike. I know you guys can't see them. They're off. They're handling the social media aspect. And Mike is my director and producer today. So let me get started. I'm going to introduce you to our JIC 375 fiber optic stripping tool. This is a 3-hole fiber optic stripping tool that will strip the jacket, buffer tube, and coating off of a typical simplex cable here. I have a 3mm simplex cable. Nice jacket on it. By the way, jacket, as I said, is 3mm. The jacket stripper portion can strip from 1.6 to 3mm. Buffer coating here. I can strip using the center hole, and we'll strip from 600 to 900 micron buffer. There we go. Before I go on, I want to cut this Kevlar out of the way. I'm going to use our JIC 186 Kevlar Cutter. This tool has serrations on one side. The other side is sharp and is your cutting edge. The serrations help hold the Kevlar in place when it's being cut. So here, as you can see, I cut some of the Kevlar. We also just introduced our JIC 190 flush cut Kevlar cutter. This tool, as you can see, its nose is much narrower, and this allows you to get in really close and be able to cut the Kevlar flush. As I sit here and cut it through. Allows you to cut it right up to the jacket. Going back to the JIC 375, we recently made a design feature on the tool where you insert the fiber. If you miss the stripping hole, you just squeeze the handle and the tool will guide it right back to the small stripping hole. And we can go ahead and strip the coating right off of it, okay? Before I go any further, here, let me cleave first. So I'm going to use our FC-500 fiber optic cleaver. Nice feature about this, it has a built-in holder. Allows me just to come over here, place the cable in, close, make sure it's set for cleave, close, cleave, knock the piece out of the way. Done. Okay. I'm going to come back over. I'm going to start anew here. Get this piece out of the way. I use my 186 to cut the Kevlar. Let's strip some more buffer off. I'm now going to come over and put a protection sleeve onto the fiber. Okay. We all know if you've done this before, it can be a real headache. And if your eyes are less than stellar or your hand less than steady, it can be a real pain in the neck. Okay, I finally got it done after several tries. Okay, what I'd like to do today is introduce you to our latest new product, the PSI 15 protection sleeve insertion tool, or as we like to call it, the quick sleever. Okay, this tool allows you to take your fiber and just guide it using the tool right into the protection sleeve. I have 15 protection sleeves loaded in the tool right now. I'm just going to take fiber, slide it in, and there you go. It's right there. Okay, let me strip the fiber a little further just to make it easier to grab. And I can go on and do another little demo here for you. There you go. Another one. As you can see, it really is pretty easy to use here. Right there. So let me show this up close to you. Okay? Has a conical shape in the front which helps guide the fiber into a slot that's located right at the back end of the conical shape. The portion here is your protection sleeve holder, and as I said, it can hold up to 15 protection sleeves. It doesn't care about the length. It can be 40 millimeter, 60 millimeter, and this will work with 2.5 and 3 millimeter diameter protection sleeves. Okay. Also has rubber foot, 4 rubber feet on the bottom to keep the tool steady and doesn't allow it to move. It really grips onto the surface really well. So at this point, what I'd like to do is remind you to like our Facebook page, go to jonard.com/live and like us and enter to win one of these protection PSI 15 insertion tools. We'll be giving away 5 of these today. So, good point. Good point. Randy just brought up a point. As I'm doing the demo, I'd like to go back a bit. Let me take my fiber here. Okay, this fiber is stripped. It's stripped down to 250 microns. I'm going to strip the coating off of it now, just like I did before. Okay. One of the things I forgot to do, shame on me, was clean the fiber before we cleave. So I'm taking out our DW-90 fiber wipe using some cleaning fluid. I'm going to clean the fiber. Should always clean the fiber before we cleave. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. Okay, at this point, Randy, we have a question? Okay, I have a question here. It says, how many strips does the JIC 375 perform? Great question. We have tested the JIC 375 to over 25,000 strips. Another great question. On the FC500, okay, the blade can perform up to 48,000 cleaves before needing to be replaced. Wow, getting pummeled with questions. Awesome, guys, thanks. Somebody asked, can a JIC 375 actually cut fiber? The answer is yes, right up at the tip. I can cut fiber here. Okay, there you go. Here's another great question. Our JIC 186, as I mentioned, one side is serrated and one side is not. The side that is not serrated can be sharpened and can be sharpened using our KSS-1 knife and scissor sharpener. So Randy's pointing out another question that just popped up. Where can you buy these? All these tools can be purchased. The best place to find out where to buy would be to go to our website, jonard.com, and select where to buy, and you'll be able to pick the place closest to you, or select any online retailer that you might like. Another question that just came up here. Yeah, let me get this piece of fiber out of the way. Okay. How much is the PSI-15? PSI-15 retail is about $24. As I mentioned, we'll be giving away 5 of these today. All right, it looks like we're done with questions. We will still have people monitoring, so if you put a question on Facebook, we'll be able to get back to you pretty quickly. I thank everyone for watching, and please stay safe. Thanks. All right. We good? Okay, a little rough there. A little rough.